Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, right at the intersection of tearing a pec and growing a pair of boobies. That's a good one. Let's get it. YouTube, what is up? We are back with another day. Just got back from the conference, landed yesterday. Yesterday was kind of just getting back into the groove of things from travel. I usually get off on schedule like 2 or 3 days with travel. Kind of messes me up. I enjoy travel a little bit too much. On all my flights, I get very motion sickness, so whenever I do a flight, I usually take an edible on the flight itself. And I got off the flight, true story here with Joel Smith, got off the flight, edible hit a little bit late and was still absolutely on cloud nine when I met Joel for the first time in person, and I was like trying to talk to him, and I'm like, dude, I just need, like, you gotta give me 10 minutes, and I'll come back to it, and he gave me 10 minutes and we were good. Got off the plane, we went and did some creek runs with him. And it was just him and Trevor Harris and Jacob, dude. It was just a blast. We went down, ran the longest I've ever ran for sure in a long period of time. Ran like a mile through the woods, got to this creek, did a bunch of creek jumps and parkour on these rocks with a couple guys from the conference, again, Trevor and Jacob, and then Joel and me, and then got some cool video content there, not on my video, but Joel hired a guy to do all the video for the conference, so that was pretty cool. We got all of that. Hopefully when that's all pieced together, we'll get that out there. But that was day one. I got there, ran through the creek, did everything like that, met Trevor, Joel, and Jacob, and then got dinner. It was a pretty fun dinner. I can't remember what I got. I think I got like a burger or something like that at dinner. Spinach artichoke dip that was absolutely fire as gas. Then prepped for the conference. Did a conference on Saturday. It was absolutely unbelievable. Just a really, really cool and great group of coaches, and met a lot of really cool people. I think sometimes Instagram, I was telling them this, Instagram, again, and YouTube and all the camera stuff just seems very unreal sometimes, and out there and internet-y, and at the conference it was just cool to see it's real life. It's a real life thing. People are actually taking the things that we're talking about and implementing them, and they're actually interested, and they are real people that you can shake a hand with and have a cool conversation with and play some Frisbee with, which we did at the end, and Joel and I, we got it done. We were down 7-0 in a game to 10 and came back and won 10-7. Just a bunch of dogs out there, and it was a great, just great conference. It was nice. It was a grounding experience just to see the people, and so anybody that was at the conference, appreciate you, appreciate the support and everything you've done for Yoke and Strength and being able to make this a real life thing, not just an Instagram thing. But today we are back. We got off the plane yesterday. Took a little shrooms on the ride back, and the shrooms also, dude, I took them at 1 p.m. My flight was at 5. I love hanging out at airports. I really do. I enjoy like taking an edible and hanging out at an airport and doing some work there. And just like, I just think it's like just such a cool like mall-like experience. People watching there is amazing. But took the shroomies at 1. Flight was at 5. I still really wasn't feeling anything. Got off the flight, got into an Uber, and as soon as the Uber there, it was like 6 hours later. As soon as the Uber got there, started absolutely tripping balls. And so we had some cool spiritual awakenings yesterday. It was a really great experience. Learned a ton. Went for a really, really long walk, and got some future direction things figured out, and just got some the peace of mind that the mushroom brings, and kind of grounds you again. So feeling pretty grounded, feeling pretty good. Today we are going to lift some upper body. We're going to do a new 20-second quasi, and I think it's super busy in there, so we're probably just going to find the first bench press variation that is open and free, and we'll rip from there, and probably the rest of the workout's going to be like that too, kind of whatever machines are open. So we'll rip it from there. We'll hit an upper body day. Then we got BP and league night tonight. So we'll rip it. Let's go. All right. So there's actually a perfect bench open, which is amazing. So it's actually pretty packed today. So we're going to work up to a 3-rep max here. After we work up to a 3-rep max, we're going to hit a 20-second descending quasi-tempo set. Just posted this on the Instagram. We did it this morning with the boys. Absolutely nasty. You go 20 seconds down for your first rep. Second rep, you go 19 seconds down. Third, 18 seconds down. Fourth, 17 seconds down, all the way to 0. And you just keep ripping until you get the 0 seconds. It's 3.5 minutes of pec popping tension, and it's amazing. So we'll rip something heavy, rip something light, then go for machines and little arms for moms. Finish. Let's get it. First set, bar felt like absolute trash. I mean, first warm-up set, bars are already feeling like absolute trash. Hopefully that changes. A lot of times that does in the warm-ups. Start off feeling like shit, you warm up a little bit, you get moving a little bit, and everything starts to feel great. So hopefully it turns into one of those days. And if not, maybe we just don't crank it as hard. Yeah, elbow was feeling a little cranky there too, but a lot of times that's the same thing too. As soon as I get it moving and do some intra-set stuff, I'll just do some twists and just get it swinging, get it moving a little bit. It'll warm up. So hopefully it's one of those days and not a day where I have to cry because my bench press is absolutely trash. But we'll see. We got the new Reds Cincinnati hat on, a little sellout there, but I got sold. An old lady at this gift shop was telling me it would look great on me. I had to buy it, so we're ripping it today. Let's go. We'll do our first set of 3 here. Keep ripping. Got a little MGK in the ears right now. It kind of just popped on Spotify. I haven't listened to non-EDM music in a while, so we'll see if we're bumping today. Yeah, I don't know if it's this lifetime bench, lifetime bar, or just from travel, but I feel like like that bar feels fucking heavy, and it should not feel heavy at all for the weight that's on it. So we might get botted here real quick. We might have to go to turn this into more of a pump day to save the session, but we're gonna see. Maybe we keep ripping, but it feels heavy as fuck. Dog water, dude. Dog water. As I said, as we finished that last set, that bar felt absolutely like cement. Everything feels just super heavy, crazy heavy. I think it's one thing to note there, though, too. If you're just average fitness person, but more importantly for the athletes out there, if you're just looking at Fitfluencers numbers, or especially powerlifters numbers, this is not an excuse not to be strong. This is not an excuse not to send it. But I think it's important to look at how much time you're spending on your sport versus how much time you're spending lifting in comparative to the person that's either the same size as you or the person that's still lifting as you, whatever it is. Last year at this time, my 3-rep max was 325. I remember ripping that, and it was pretty easy. I was crushing bench at that time. Like, I was just ripping it almost every single day. But my softball swings I was hitting once a week and playing, I think, Thursdays and on the weekends, right? Now I'm playing every single night, playing on the weekends, and we are BPing nearly every single day. We have 100 swings every single day, and then probably a full live session, probably 4 or 5 nights a week, right? So spending a lot of energy in other places rather than the weight room, right? So I'm all right with, again, I know we've mentioned this a ton of times, but I'm all right, not super happy, but all right with the bench numbers going down just because we're spending energy in different places, right? And so if you're an athlete, you have to look at the Fitfluencer that you're looking at. I know a lot of Fitfluencers that when they're just lifting, like, they're going to be super strong, they're going to look like fucking tanks. But if you spent them, or you made them spend half their energy on a different sport or half their energy on different things, those numbers would probably just look a little bit different, just like me. Like last year's 325, this year, 275 might bear me. And today's an anomaly too. I know the bench isn't. This is probably going to be the lowest of 3-rep max on a bench has been in a while. And we can work on some strength stuff. But again, all the exit velo numbers are up in softball. Our goal, I think, it's just more so the diversion of energy. We're spending way more time in the softball, way less time in the weight room. And for an athlete, I just think it's worth knowing that. The strongest I have been in sports is usually the worst I am on the field. And it has nothing to do with the strength being bad for sports. It has a lot to do with when I'm the strongest in the weight room, I'm just spending way too much time and energy in the weight room comparatively to my sport. I usually should spend more time on the sport, less time in here, right? Microdose here, use there. Again, I don't want it to be an excuse, just be a weak piece of shit. Oh no, you're good. I don't want to use it as an excuse just to be like a weak piece of shit in the weight room, because I know some athletes that just don't train fucking at all are going to take that. But if you're an upper echelon type athlete, in the weight room, especially like where you have high numbers, doing a lot of weights or at decent weights, and those numbers are taking a hit when you're spending more time in the sport, but the sport is gaining and that is your goal, I think don't lose faith in that. That's not going to say I'm not going to meathead my fucking bench to get this up. I will do that, but just other athletes that are like more specific, they're less meatheady than me, I think it's something worth noting. So all that to be said, let's not be a little bitch here. Let's get it. I put a G-Eazy song on to listen to, and it played during that entire rant, and I missed the Jeezy song. Now it's playing some shitty country song. I don't know what's going on right now. Oof. 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 Better. With the whole rant from last time, where I'm at on the spectrum, I'm probably too far into the sport specific stuff, right? Too far into the swings, too far into not taking care of the body and doing the other stuff. I'm microdosing probably on this end, on the fitness end, on the general preparation end, a little bit too much. Microdosing, or a little too little. Little too little? I don't know. I'm microdosing not enough on this end of the fitness side of things and taking care of the body side of things and feeling it just a little bit, right? Elbows feeling beat up. Numbers are dropping just a little bit, but again, the sports numbers are still climbing. So I'm going to continue to just drive into that sports performance until I find the actual, like, how far can I push it too much, and then I'll come back into the weight room. Like, adding in more weight room stuff is not hard for me coming back into that spectrum. Right now, it's more of just an experiment of how far can I push the sports specific, the practice, and the things while microdosing here. As I'm watching and just feeling the body wise right now, I feel like I'm too far into sports practice, too far into the softball world. I need to come a little bit back, and I needed to go way over here, but now we've been here for probably 6 or 7 months, and probably need to come just a little bit back more to the weight room stuff. And as we get more into like serious games, we'll take a little bit less swings, get ready for this, the big state, nationals, world tournaments, but body's starting to feel that drop off just a little bit, but the sport is still improving. So again, little experiment on my end. I'm probably a little bit too far over here and need to spend a little bit more time here, but I'm pretty obsessed over here and feeling good enough over here and crushing all the numbers that I want to over here. So we'll continue to press that, continue to push that until we can't, but just heads up on where I feel like I'm at for that in-season, that balance that I think we're looking for. Probably a little too far on this end, need to come a little bit farther over here, and we're doing it. We still have 3 to 4 days a week in the weight room, but probably come back to 4 heavy days once I really notice a decrease. Because what usually happens is you go too far over here, and then it is a physical barrier, whether your body just can't hold up to the swings or you're feeling like a performance drop. You're losing strength, you're losing power, and I haven't noticed any of that yet, but I think you eventually will, and I've seen athletes eventually do that, especially when I'm in peaking programs or deloading programs. I especially notice that with myself. Like if it's like a 2 or 3 week deload or a peak, usually it's peak and track, that's what we did. I really started to notice a massive performance drop in myself. I wasn't able to be as springy or explosive or powerful as I really wanted to be, but I haven't noticed that yet with my swing. And when I start to notice that drop off, then I'll come back over here and crush this stuff. But again, that's a pretty easy adjustment, and that stuff comes back way faster than some of the technique stuff that I'm working on for myself anyways. So we'll keep pressing it. But anyways, I'm probably too far over there for just the average person watching. Probably want to be a little bit more balanced, but I love softball, dude. So last set here, let's rip it. Oof. Oof, come on. Oof. Oh, good finish. Let's go. All right, so this set is going to be the descending quasi 20 second, I don't know what you want to call it, just a brutal quasi superset. So we got 20 seconds down for the first rep, 19 seconds down for the second set, 18 seconds down for the third rep, all the way to 1 second down. We're going to finish up empty barbell, just an epic ripper to finish the bench. Probably add some weight eventually, but right now we're going to go empty barbell on this one, just rip it, first time trying it, and if it's brutally light next week, we'll rip it a little bit heavier. For the balance between the two things, I know I talked about my own experience with that and how I'm probably too far over here, and a lot of times I'm way too far over here, and this is my first time probably going too far into the sports performance sector. How do you find that for yourself, right? And I really think you should let the sport take care of that, right? The sport's gonna tell you what you need. Your numbers in here are the ebb and flow, and they go up and down, but what is the sport telling you? How do you feel on the field? How are you performing on the field? Do you feel fast on the field? If your flying 10 numbers are dropping in the sprints, but you're performing and perceiving things a lot better and you're feeling good on the field, maybe you're at just finding that right Goldilocks zone, the beautiful spot in the middle of performance and skill, and then you got that beautiful spot. But what you should do is just wait for the sport to tell you that. And if you're struggling on the field and you're feeling beat up on the field, or you're feeling slow on the field, or you're not feeling strong on the field, then we probably need to come a little bit farther over here. And if you're feeling really strong and really explosive and you have really good numbers in the weight room, but you suck on the field, then you need to come all the way over here. So how do you find that balance for yourself? Let the sport tell you what that balance is. And again, it's not huge ebb and flows, right? It could be going from like 3 days of performance to and 3 days of sport practice all the way to 6 days of sports practice and 2 days of performance, or 4 days of performance because you feel weak on the field, and 3 days of practice. So I'm not saying go 0 to 100. Maybe some people need to be able to do that, but I think the more you can balance that out and continue to do both things at the same time, especially for most athletes, doing both of them at the same time, doing it concurrently. But if you really feel that weakness on the field, you can come all the way over here. If you're feeling really good in the weight room and really strong, but you suck on the field, you probably need to spend a little bit more time over there. So that's how I'd find the balance. I'd let the sport find the balance for you and not listening to these arbitrary numbers. Feeling really fast and explosive and doing great things in the weight room is amazing, but if you still suck on the field, we're missing something there, right? And we need to find out what that thing is. And usually it's where you're spending your energy. Running your head against the wall in here, if you're already good at stuff in here, is probably not going to be your missing link. So that's how I would do it if I was working with an athlete. It's how I would recommend doing it, and it's how I kind of do it, except I don't really listen to myself because I'm all the way over here, but a little experiment there. So let's get it. 20 seconds down. Let's rip. One, two. One, two. Woo. All right. So, guys at the gym were a little dramatic with the empty barbell. That felt really good actually. Like it felt like I really got a really good pump in the pec, pump in the pec. A little double P was messing me up there. Got a little pump in the pec. Felt really engaged and like picking up new things on the bench press technique there, but probably could do 5s or 10s. If you're trying this for the first time and you're a decent bencher, you're benching over 275, let's say, out of 5 or out of 10 there. We'll do that next week, but that felt amazing. I feel fucking good from there. Let's hit a couple back machines, maybe some single arm pull-ups. So we'll go upstairs, hit some single arm pull-ups and find some machines and we'll go from there. Let's rip it. So we're gonna hit single arm pull-ups here, assisted. We've been doing these for 3 years now. One of my favorite accessory movements, especially pull-up wise. Feel that last stretch like nothing else. Get some grip work in, get some bicep work in, get that core and rib cage moving. This one is an absolute money. I haven't done it in a while and just finished up the first set of these. Dude, every time I do these, I'm like, why don't I do more of these? But it feels absolute gas. Get an assisted machine there. You can do, band assisted doesn't work as great just because it's less progressible. Like this pull-up assisted machine, you can move the weight up and down. So you can work all the way up to like 10-pound assisted and hopefully be able to do a 1-arm pull-up by the time you're done. We're not there yet. We are not at 10 pounds yet. I'm not even gonna tell you what's on that stack right there, but this one feels like money. We're gonna hit 5 reps here, get a little pump in here, and go from there. Last one. Ooh. Yeah, damn, those are good. Hit the other arm here. Ooh. Come on. Oh, whew. Holy shit. Those do not disappoint. Good shit. Let's go. Whew. While we're here, we're gonna hit single arm dips as well. These are equally as spicy. That deep range of motion, that shoulder. I should probably move down so you can see my face. I don't think I'm in the camera. This deep range of motion in the shoulder and the tricep knife that you get on this one, fucking spicy, dude. We're gonna hit 5 each side, 3 sets of this. Let's get it. Oof. Oh, yeah. Come on. Oh, that tricep's gassing out. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. All right, other side. Ooh. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, right at the intersection of tearing a pec and growing a pair of boobies. That's a good one. Let's get it. Then we're gonna finish off with this and chest flies. And if we got time, maybe some arms, but this was actually a pretty good arm ripper. This horizontal row machine, just found this one, freaking great. Let the shoulder blades hang, get nice and long there. Good old pull into there, get that turtle shell position. You'll see I don't love staying in that turtle shell position in that lat lengthened position here. I'm not very good at it. This is a great, the fuck are you doing? This is a great machine to kind of work some of those things and stay into that rounded position, especially in like deadlifts. You definitely try to, it's like that lower back kind of thing where I try to stay in that stupid neutral spine that I've done forever, and just getting into that flex position isn't amazing. But this machine, you want to think about it as a lat pump, bicep pump. It's great, but it's also a great little stretch and way to get into that flex spine position. And this one's actually money. Again, some of the machines here aren't great, but if you just play around with some of the machines, some of them are actually fire. So we're gonna hit 15 reps here. So nice and round. Oh, geez. Nice and rounded here. 15. I can come out even one more. Get nice and long. Holy fuck. Oh, a couple more. Couple more here. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That's a ripper, man. That one felt good. Felt parts of my back I haven't felt in a while. Let's hit these chest flies, then we're out of here. We got a little chest fly here. Nice deep stretch, just because the titties need it. Definitely find when I work like specific machines for the chest and get a little hypertrophy work in the chest, bench press comes back a little bit faster. But it's also summertime, dude, and I got little baby pecs, and I wanna change that for a little bit. So we're gonna rip these. We got 15 here, 3 sets of this series. Yes. Pre-workout sneeze. Let's go. feel that stretch. Let's go. I'll hit 5 more extra after the stretch. Get a little stretch. Mid-set. Hit our 15 already. And there we go. There we go. Whoa. All right, that's the workout. We got to go to BP right now, so I'll grab a little protein shake from Lifetime. We'll do a little car talk on the way home, on the way to BP, and then we'll hit BP, and we'll show some lead line stats. Let's get it. All right, so that was a day. We got a 40-minute drive to softball right now. This field is it's in Lakeville, which is, again, 40 minutes away from me, but it is a drive for league night. Most of the tournament guys that are on this team with me are gone this weekend, so it might be a total crapshoot of a league night, but I mean, we still get our swings in and still get some work done, but that was a good day. That dude was weird, man. The one dude that flexed in front of the camera, he followed me around the entire workout, flexing in front of my camera, didn't say a singular word to me. Like, that was super goofy, bro. Technology makes people fucking weird sometimes. I have no problem people walking in front of the camera or people even talking. A lot of people talk to me about the camera, which makes sense. It's just a weird thing. It's oh, this dude's fucking weird with his camera and thing. And they'll just talk. You're like, hey, what are you doing? What are you filming? And I almost always try to give them some screen time or just ask them some questions. And if they want to be on the video, we'll get them on the video or try to get them on a gram or something weird like that. This dude, I was downstairs, walked in front of the camera, flexed in front of the camera. I was like, all right, that dude was just weird. He just did it one time. I moved, he did it again. I moved to a different part of the room, he did it again. And then I moved all the way upstairs and he followed me upstairs, just did that, and then walked back downstairs. That dude was weird. He was too old to be doing that. If it was like a high schooler, on a dare, I would get it, but dude was kind of goofy. We got these Jocko drinks. Hold up, I'm gonna see if I can find one of these Jocko drinks. We got one of these, dude. I don't know what the fuck these things are, Jocko milk or malk or whatever. Holy balls, these are good. I haven't looked at the ingredient list yet, so hopefully they're good ingredients. It says grass-fed protein, but you never know. I'd have to do a little bit of research. I don't just go and buy them. Could be trash. Maybe I get the poops later tonight, but they taste so fucking good. I'm a huge banana cream pie guy, and these taste like fire. So if you can find them, they're at the Lifetime thing. They had a new employee at Lifetime. Never get your protein shakes made by somebody that is new at Lifetime. I've done it twice, and both times I've instantly regretted that decision. It just turns into an ice shake. So I went away from getting my normal protein shake from Lifetime and got one of these, and it saved me $15. Those shakes are the biggest scam ever at Lifetime, but they get me every time. They're so good. I mean, I guess it's not a scam. I guess it's market value. I still buy it, even though it's so expensive. But chugging these, tastes amazing. We're gonna go hit some BP, and then kind of just go straight into the game from there. One of the questions that I got when I was at the conference, it was the last question we got before we left to finish up the conference. We just finished up Ultimate. We're just sitting in a circle, just talking with the crowd, and somebody asked what's next for Joel and I, and I get that question kind of a lot, and I know I've answered it on the YouTube series, but I know a lot of people are looking for what's next for them. And one of the things that I have found for myself is I will go through these periods of times where it's very clear what my thing that I'm gonna do next is. When we started YouTube, it was big into YouTube. It was that's my idea, that's what I'm doing, and that we're still pushing that idea. Obviously, we're still new and still starting that, and that's one of the big things. But big ideas come to me, and I know for sure these are the ideas that I want to pursue and go and do. Yoakum Strength was one of them. The Insider was one of them. The merch website, all these things, small or big, it's just this idea pops up and I get this overwhelming urge to go do them, and then I go do them. And then I'll get time periods where those urges don't come up, and I kind of sit in this almost lost period, this spot between where nothing's going bad, nothing's going great, the ideas aren't popping up, but things aren't failing, right? And I used to really despise these periods of time. I'm a very big creative thinker, and when those thoughts aren't coming, when the next big idea isn't coming, when the dopamine hit of something to pursue isn't coming, I get depressed. I feel like I'm not doing enough, and I really have to do a better job of just looking at the analytics and being okay, dude, just do the day-to-day stuff, and really good things happen. And that's what I've realized where I'm at now. It's these ebbs and flows, man, and we're just in this middle ground right here, waiting for that next big idea, that next big thing. And as long as we continue to chop wood in the day-to-day, that next big thing will pop up, right? So I think a lot of it's just the stupid saying of like, prepare for the opportunity, or prepare for when the opportunity presents itself. It's kind of cringy saying, but I think it's really true. I think a lot of people miss out on that. Like during these periods they get depressed, or during these periods they just feel like nothing's going on, and then nothing does go on because they never actually make an active push for something to happen. And then on the other end of things, you have these like dreamers and big idea getters, or just tester outers. And I'm not saying it's all negative, but I think a lot of people burn themselves out trying to force an idea, trying to force a passion. And sometimes like that passion, you just got to discover it. Like it just comes up. You just need to give yourself space for that idea to come up. So if you're sitting in kind of like a lost period of what's my next step, what's the next big thing for me, I think the next big thing is just this moment, just this day. Do the tasks that you're required to do. Better yourself, whatever it is, lifting, become a better speaker, or start a podcast. Like start these small things that make you valuable, make you have more skill sets than you had before. So when that big idea does pop itself up, so like this YouTube series, it did pop itself up, and I've already done so many podcasts that I was able to hop on camera and be able to speak, right? Not great in front of a camera at the start, and we're still not great now, but we're so much better than we were before. But again, we leveled up skill sets to get to a point in which when that passion, when that big idea does pop up, I'm ready for it. So that's kind of where we're at for the next big thing, right? We're working on some tangible products. What is that tangible product? What's that going to look like? I want to do the coaching corner. What's that look like? What's the educational piece look like? What's the conferences look like? What are all these things looking like? They're all ideas. They're all pieces. And my day-to-day is just slowly chipping away at them until the picture becomes clear. And when that picture becomes clear, then I go full go into that picture and I just crush it. But I don't spend a ton of time trying to force ideas, trying to force passion, because I feel like then it just becomes another job. It becomes things that I'm wasting energy on. I think if an idea is actually worth doing, you'll fucking know. Again, I know I've mentioned this quote on the podcast and on the YouTube series before, but Nietzsche talked about how passion, you don't make up passion. You don't question when you have passion for something. It's this fire that you cannot put out. And when I get my big ideas, when I get the thing that I'm super unbelievably passionate about, it lights me up and it takes me over, and I go pursue those things. And I'm really trying in my life to focus on the moment to moment, the day to day, and better myself until those moments pop up, rather than trying to force these arbitrary things. I know I could put out an ebook right now that's gonna make me some money. I know I could put out a course right now that's gonna make me some money, right? Like I know I can do these things, but to me it's just like, it seems like a waste of time to not just wait for that big passion and not prepare for the next big thing. I don't want to put out an ebook and waste the time putting out an ebook that I'm not super passionate about, I'm not super proud about, and then that big passion does come out, I'm like, oh fuck dude, I wasted time doing something else. So that's kind of where I'm at for the next big thing, the next year. What's it look like? It looks like today. It looks like planning and preparing for the next big thing or the next big storm. Maybe there is something bad that happens, but preparing for the big events with the small events rather than focusing on the minute and focusing on small things, focusing on the ebook that could make me an extra 10K instead of the next big idea that could change my career path or change the yoke strength structure of things, right? So that's where we're at for the next year and what we're looking forward to. And right now, for some reason, I got a passion for softball. I got an idea for softball. I don't know what it is, but it's that pursuit of softball, the pursuit of excellence there. That's what wakes me up every morning, as weird as it is, to go pursue that. And the day-to-day has been kind of taking care of itself through that process. And I'm sure I'll reach a point where either we reach the pinnacle of softball makes sense, this is why, this is what I was pursuing, or reach a point where it was just that day-to-day thing and it lit me up for a year or so and it got me through the day every single day and it's what fired me up. And then there's another big passion. The next tangible product popped up, the coaching corner thing popped up, and I get fired up, and the softball prepared me for that, right? So I don't believe any of these things are an end in and of themselves. I really believe they're evolutions of Austin, and they're skill sets that level me up to reach that next evolution, right? It's just like that Pokemon character. You train, you go to battle over and over and over again, and it's not one big battle that changes who you are as the Pokemon, right? You don't go from Charmander to Charizard in one big battle, right? It's the battles over and over and over again that lead to eventually becoming Charizard, right? And that's what I feel like all this day-to-day stuff is, all these videos are. waiting for, okay, that's the evolution, that's the thing, that's the exponential gain, and just playing that linear gain, taking out that ticket, that lottery ticket every single day, and preparing for when that exponential gain hits. So kind of some thoughts there on what the next big thing is. And I appreciate you guys watching these videos, and appreciate you guys being along for the journey for when that next big thing does hit, which it will. And I think it hits for every single person, whether it's a family, whether it's a career change, whatever it is. Everybody has these things in their lives. They would say just that clicking moment of, oh, that's what I'm on this earth to do. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing with my time right now. And I think the more you pay attention to those things, and the more you are able to trust yourself with those instincts, the clearer your life becomes. And that's what I'm really trying to train in. Trusting my instincts, trusting when I feel something to go pursue it, rather than trying to force it and listen to all the outside noise, which I get stuck in a lot. I listen and I watch other people. I'm like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. What should I be doing? Should I be doing more? Should I be doing less? Should I quit softball and do the business stuff? You know, like all this outside noise that is the facts and the science and the smart things to do. But I feel like it gets away from the instincts that are your passion and your soul speaking to you over and over again. So I'm going to go try and listen to those things, and I'm going to hit some nukes tonight. I appreciate you guys watching. Keep chopping wood. Let's go.